So my name is Kelsey. I'm from Dryden, Washington. Well, I grew up right in the orchard, so I was always playing in the orchard, especially in the mud. I loved climbing trees. I loved being out there. I loved going walking out there and hiking. And I remember Dad would always come in for lunch on his lunch break, and I always wanted to go back out with him. Of course I couldn't, but I remember being young and wanting to, and I was always just kind of curious, and I just loved spending my time out there. And that's where I grew up. So I spent most of my time with my dad. Mom was never really involved much in the orchard, so it was always me and my dad. I got the best jobs to begin with. You know, I cleaned the pit toilets and I dug out valves and you know, the fun ones that no one else wants to do. I remember picking up props when I was younger. Dad sent me out one time to cut water suckers, root suckers, so he sent me out with loppers, and that was my job for the day. So I went out and I wanted to fall over towards the end of the day. I mean, bending over like this, cutting all day. I mean, it was, I'm really glad I don't do that anymore. But he'd always send me out just, I don't know if he was trying to test me, start me off somewhere, but yeah, I did those fun jobs. I'm trying to think of I think my first job, I was sent out to clean out all the sprinkler valves, clean all the mud, the leaves out of them. Well, you know, I'd get about halfway through the orchard and kind of, I didn't mind it so much because I could walk from one to the other, and I kind of walked all over, but after so many years I still do that. I still go out to the orchard to this day and do that job. What I didn't realize was that my dad was trying to teach me the water system. He wanted me to learn where all the valves were at, and at the time I just thought I got this dirt bottom of the line job, but he was actually teaching me, so when I started changing water I knew where all the valves were, and I knew how they worked, where they were coming from, so that didn't dawn on me until I was older. But I've pretty much done everything, every job. I was in between college. I came home for a summer and I was handed a lovely white binder and was told that was my new job for the summer. I had to sit down and read the whole entire thing through. I got halfway through it and decided I just did not want to finish it, and I was told no, I had to sit down and read the whole thing. It was the new food safety program, and that became one of my jobs. So I still run the food safety program. The water issues becoming more apparent, conserving water, us being in a drought 2 summers ago, that was a really big scare. We were concerned 2 summers of that we wouldn't have enough water. Luckily that next following year we got enough snowpack up in the mountains and enough precipitation that we had enough water, but it was a little nerve-wracking. But the hills are the most challenge. We don't have the long flatland rows, so we have to deal with you know, different spacing. And being careful with the hills and everything. So I think that would be a really big challenge. And then with older trees you'll start to see cork too, just because all the plantings up there, a lot of them are your old trees. I've been talked to a few people like, oh, I know you're from the valley full of dinosaur trees. So, because it's a lot of old planting style up there. So with these older trees, you're going to start to see cork and things like that. So with pears, that is the one thing that we don't deal with that the apple growers do. I mean, I don't have people that come and say, hey, we're ripping out this variety. This is the new up and coming variety. The demand for this variety is here. I mean, it's always been Anjos, Bartlett's, and Bosc. I mean, those are the 3 main pears. So we haven't had to deal with that aspect of the market, having the demand going up and down for different varieties in that sense. So, of course, we come in, take out so many trees a year. We'll come in, take out older trees just to put younger ones in, and that's really all the rotating we've done at this point. I am interested, I know they've been working on a dwarfing rootstock for pears, so when they get that nailed down, that is what's going to really change the pear industry. So and looking, you know, over the horizon, focusing on that would be something that I would want to be ahead of the game and on top of if we were going to change our system into that and do high density. If they find it high density successful with pears, that would be where I step in as the next generation and could change the farm over eventually. I like farming. You can sit at the end of the day and you can see your progress. Yeah, it's not easy, or else everyone would be doing it. Farming can be very difficult, and I'm only a 100-acre grower. I can't imagine having hundreds of acres or, you know, a couple thousand acres. And so, I mean, it is just even a 100-acre orchard is a lot of work. And so I would tell young growers just to keep sticking with it. If you're interested in it and something you do like to do, just keep going at it. I mean, it does, you'll get a pattern, you'll get, it'll become not easier, but, well, no, it does become kind of easier. I mean, you adjust to it, you do. And if you don't like it, then, you know, it's, at the end of the day, you're going to be miserable. But if you have a little bit of passion for it and you have that want and that drive and you get tired, just keep going. I mean, just keep pushing, and it's rewarding at the end.